24/7, promoting culture and identity while empowering people to embrace their heritage and traditions across the nation. Google Radio, the voice of the future.
Yeah, good morning. Welcome, Cindy, to our talk show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can you please introduce yourself and you give us a little bit of your background?
Sure. So my name's Sandy Joffe. I was born and raised in Cape Town in South Africa, and it was in the height of apartheid. I'm in my 60s now, so I grew up in that turmoil time. I married an Australian, and we moved to Australia in 2000. I was a high school teacher, and I have been working in community development since I came here. In 2012, we were longing to go back to Africa, and we spent 4 years living and working in Kenya, and came back in 2016. And I am now working in the city of Greater Bendigo in intercultural working with the Intercultural Ambassador Program.
Yes, that's wonderful. Thank you very much. We appreciate that.
Yes.
I mean, go further about our discussion today. We just need to talk about refugees. Can you tell me your experience with working with refugees people? Go ahead.
To be honest, I don't have a long experience with working with refugees. When I was living in Kenya, I lived in a town called Nanyuki, which is near a town called Isiolo, where there were many, many refugees there. And so I got to know quite a few people and heard their personal experiences. And so I feel that the issue of refugees is an important one. And every year we celebrate Refugee Week in June. This year, apparently, Australia has accepted 1 million refugees. So the theme of Refugee Week this year is 1 million stories. I personally believe that stories are the most powerful way to build understanding between people. And so to do that, to build the understanding, the recognition of what people have gone through, we are screening a movie at Star Cinema in Eaglehawk.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I need to take you back a little bit. You say you're from South Africa. Yeah.
Yes.
At this day, we saw a lot of things going on about migration in South Africa. The South African people don't want another African to be there. Let them go out from this country. What you thought about this thing? Go ahead. As a Southern African woman.
As a South African, as a white South African, I think it's hard for me to completely understand what drives people who were oppressed during apartheid. However, I think there is terrible xenophobia in South Africa. I wish it was not so. I think South Africa is a place of opportunity. The rest of Africa supported the ANC through the struggle. And so I think it would be lovely for us to be gracious to accept them. However, I think South Africans also feel that other people are coming in with maybe more education or more skills or more or a less traumatic past, perhaps, and so they feel that they need to get first go at things. I can't completely explain it, and it breaks my heart that it is happening there, but it's a country finding its way. It's still a new country. It's only 30 years old. So I think we will carry our history many years.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Before we start with you, I want to go to check here to play you some history about South Sudan
Yes.
Juba City. You watch first, and then from there we can start to talk about refugees, South Sudanese refugees in Australia.
South Sudan is the newest country in the world, popularly known as the Land of Giants, as the majority in the country are tall in stature. The majority of most beautiful black models in the world are from South Sudan. An example is Aduta Kech, who is also regarded as one of the most beautiful females in the world. Because of their tall stature, South Sudanese are doing very well and are starting to dominate the basketball industry. Juba is the capital and the largest city of the Republic of South Sudan, situated on the White Nile in the central Equatoria state. Juba became the capital of the Republic of South Sudan on 9th July 2011 when South Sudan formally declared its independence from the Republic of Sudan. The city covers a land area of 52 kilometers squares and has a population of about 600,000 people. Since becoming the capital, the city has been developing very fast due to oil money and the Chinese coming for work and development. The skyline of Juba is changing very fast, with new buildings being constructed as investors see glimpses of hope in the future of Juba. Because of the economic boom, there is also a growing demand for affordable housing and hotel accommodation. The population growth rate in Juba is also hitting an all-time high every year as people migrate from the villages into the city for economic opportunities. The city has also attracted people from neighboring countries such as Uganda, Sudan, Kenya, and Eritrea. Juba has a diverse population from different ethnic groups, embodying the general ethnic diversity in South Sudan. South Sudan is a multilingual country with over 60 indigenous languages spoken in the country. Upon gaining independence, English became the official language as Arabic, which was viewed as the language of the oppressor, was cast aside. However, the majority in the city speak Juba Arabic, which is an Arabic pidgin that serves as the lingua franca. Christianity is the most widely practiced religion in Juba, with a very small number practicing traditional religion and Islam. The Nyakuron Cultural Center, located in Juba, is a very important establishment in South Sudan that serves to preserve, develop, and promote cinema and culture in South Sudan. The center hosts traditional dance competitions and sport events such as wrestling and many more. With the continued existence of peace and development initiatives, Juba City will be one of the most developed cities in years to come. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Be sure to like, share and subscribe as I bring you more information on the African continent, people and culture.
Yes, thank you very much. Well, this is Juba City now in 2000. This is a record of 2025, uh,
Okay.
especially Juba. I want to give you feedback a little bit about the South Sudanese people arrive in Australia. I think the most of them come 2000 and 2001, 2003. What do you know about South Sudanese refugees in Australia? Can you tell me,
Un-
please?
Unfortunately, I don't know enough. And I think it is a
Mhm,
situation that is true for most Australians.
mhm.
Um, Even though I think I have somewhat a special interest in people from Africa,
Yeah.
uh, I don't. The history seems quite complex. I do remember when South Sudan became a independent country,
Mhm,
but from even from South Africa, but certainly from Australia, uh, we are unaware of the dynamics, the politics, the geopolitics, the
mhm,
influences that affect communities in in Sudan and South Sudan. I think those uh, from here, people tend to lump Africa almost as one country.
mhm.
Um, and although I know the geography of it, I see shocking things. Mostly, unfortunately, I see shocking things in the news about the current war in Sudan.
Mhm,
Um, and I am shocked that it gets so little news.
mhm.
But I have not, we don't have, I don't think, a very big population of refugees here in Greater Bendigo. And so I don't know many refugees from Sudan
Yeah, yes,
or
that's
South
right.
Sudan.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. I just just we were talking in general. As you said, you were a teacher before you went to Kenya. Can you give me experience you were in Kenya dealing with refugees people?
Um, Look, in Kenya, again, it was only, I don't, I want to just put out, I am not any special knowledge on refugees. I just want
Okay,
to learn and I want to share learning.
okay.
Um, but certainly in Kenya, uh, Kenya is a Nairobi particularly, but also in the north. It is a place where people from across North Africa have come to seek refuge, and also in Uganda. I have traveled in Uganda and also seen um, the refugees settling there. Um, and I think it is one of the things that I think is interesting is how different countries absorb or respond to refugees arriving at their shores. I
Mhm.
think for me, looking at Kenya, I know those refugee camps are very far from perfect, but uh, I think that uh, refugees are welcome. Millions of refugees are allowed to come into Kenya and get support. In Uganda, I know that refugees have been given pieces of land in some parts, even. And so I think it is my knowledge is more theoretical than personal, but I think in
Mhm.
Australia,
Mhm.
our very tiny little quota of accepting refugees it makes me feel a bit of shame when
Yeah,
I compare to how different countries across Africa open their arms to
yeah,
refugees.
yeah. That's correct. Because all this reason coming from the lack of leadership in the different countries of Africa, the conflict and a lot of things
Mm,
going on. So the political disagreement and that's all this thing. If you put it in the one basket, is corruption, and then anyone need to be the leader. So something like that. So just let us go a little bit back and your program. You say that they be watch the movie. Let's talk about this movie. I tried yesterday to check the movie. I didn't find it, but I got some episode from the Lost Boy movie talking about South
Mhm.
Sudanese refugees, but I didn't get the full of it. Just give me feedback a little bit about the movie. What are you interested with this movie? Why you need to bring it out in this celebration, special Refugees Day?
Okay. Look, I looked at a selection of movies to see what we could tell. Which stories would think, in my view, be most impact to build understanding of the life experiences? Because in the end, we can we want to know what others go through so that we can understand and share and find common ground.
Mhm.
Um, this movie starts. I found it quite shocking. The horror of war. I am privileged not to have grown up in
Mhm.
a war situation ever. And it is quite a powerful depiction of how war impacts a village in South Sudan.
Mhm.
Um, so I can tell people if you do come and see the movie, which I really warmly invite you to do, uh, it starts with quite a confronting and distressing depiction of the impact of the war. The result of that is that a family group of young children who were out playing in the fields uh, leave their village because their parents have died and the village is being burnt. And they
Mhm.
start walking and join this big trek to Kenya to find refuge.
Mhm.
Um, yes.
Yeah, yeah, that's yeah. Continue. I'm here.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Um, so they join a large movement of people all going to find refuge in Kenya. And they have some very harrowing experiences along the way. So I can tell people that this is not an easy movie to watch. They arrive, some of them arrive in Kenya, they lose some, they gain some in their little group. Um, and they grow up in a big refugee camp. And the main character becomes a medic assistant in the hospital. They are, they build the characters beautifully. They're people we care about. And eventually they are chosen in a lottery to
Mhm.
emigrate to America. There are
Mhm.
three boys and a girl, three males and a female. And when they get to America, they are told the guys are going to one place and the girl is going to a different city. And given the journey they have been through together for so long, that is very heartbreaking for them.
Mhm.
The movie, it is a little bit Hollywood, so it shows some of the challenges they have in trying to make sense of this totally different world. They do have a fantastic woman who is their employment guide, who starts off not really caring, but gets to care greatly for them, and she supports them eventually to go back to Kenya and find their brother and settle into their life in America. So it is a movie. The reason I chose it is because I think it has a very uh, 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 it it has a very
Touchable.
strong emotional impact,
Yeah.
um, and it tells a story that I know to be real,
Mhm.
um, and also it tells a story that I think few people who watch it will be unaffected by. I think we will understand refugees better, and
Yeah.
I hope that we will advocate for greater openness towards accepting refugees in Australia.
Yes, that's a wonderful message. I think you send a very strong message. Maybe we appreciate that if the Australia government understand that the important of refugees they are suffering in the places, because there is a two group of refugees come to Australia, especially in South Sudanese people. One of them come like immigrant, Some of them immigrants, some of them refugees. This is very
Mhm.
two different people, two different
Mhm.
groups. There is a humanitarian program called the number is 2000, another 20001. That belong
Right.
to the humanitarian, belong to the United Nations for the
Mhm.
refugees, to bring people, especially people in the refugees camp like in Uganda, Kakuma, Kenya, sorry, in northern Uganda, Central Africa, to give them opportunity to come out, like Australia, Canada, whatever, this country, different
Mm.
country. But most of South Sudanese, three group. Some of them come from Ethiopia, some of them coming from Kenya, some of them came from Middle East as well.
Yeah.
Like I'm from Syria, from Lebanon, also from
Mhm.
Egypt. This most of them come in different ways. Some of them come like a migrant here in Australia.
Yes.
So that's
Yes.
why you can see South Sudanese here in Australia. It's a population is very high, a little bit, but most South Sudanese is speaking different language. If you say
Okay.
we have a 64 different ethnic group in South Sudan, that's make
Wow.
us very hard and people communicate. But here,
Wow.
because we are speaking English, because English is the
64.
national language. Yeah,
In South Africa, we have 11 national languages.
yeah,
64 is incredible.
yeah,
Yes.
very incredible. So you can see in South Sudan there is a region. We have a 10 state. This is the government policy. There is a Western Equatoria, Equatorians, Central Equatoria, Upper Nile, Barakazal, Jungale State, Lake State.
Fascinating.
There is many, 10 state.
Mhm.
There is
Wow.
governing with the different governing
Mm.
and something like that. But the issue is still corruption and war continue between tribe, because 64, anyone have a power. That's that reason why it cause a lot of conflict in South Sudan at the moment,
Mm.
because anyone
Right.
the rival for the leadership. That's the problem. There is no
But
democracy.
also, is there also outside influence who are backing one side against another side? I think it's internal,
Yeah,
the war in.
just misunderstanding. But the old South Sudanese civilian is understandable because they understand who they are. This group of
Mhm.
people control the government. Is not really feeling about South Sudanese, but the South Sudanese majority of them, they don't like them at all, because the
Mm.
divided people with the policy is a troublism. That's a very affected policy in South Sudan. That's why creates some conflict in some area
Right.
in South Sudan. But
I see.
some area there is nothing, something like that.
That's not.
So this is the
Yeah.
few people, but a lot of people don't understand. They say maybe South Sudan all is burning. No, it's not like that. Just a few people this create this all this crisis. Yeah, I think you understand.
In Kenya, I think
Yeah.
there
Mhm,
was much vying for power between different tribal or ethnic or language groups,
mhm,
and then people, and so that caused people to conflict. Yeah,
mhm. Yeah,
yeah, I do.
that's the one. Okay. Let's go just a little bit short break before we handing our program. So uh,
Sure.
yeah, give it break a little bit. Just listen to our
With
impression.
years of experience, Google Radio has been broadcasting live 24/7, promoting culture and identity while empowering people to embrace their heritage and traditions across the nation. Google Radio, the voice of the future.
Yeah, thank you very much. We'll come back again.
Thank you.
Cindy, before handing our program, just I need you to tell us a little bit feedback of the relationship with South Sudanese people, especially South Sudanese community in Australia. Go ahead.
Sorry, I can you repeat that question?
Your relationship between you and South Sudanese group in Australia. How you deal with them? Forget the name of
Uh,
refugees, just Sudanese.
um, to be honest, I think there is. I personally have not got. I don't know a lot of South Sudanese. I know many Southern Africans, but not South
Mhm,
Sudanese.
mhm,
Um, but I would love for us to be able to open our arms in Greater Bendigo
mhm,
and welcome South Sudanese community. Uh, so the city is considered a welcoming city. and we want to work with, get to know, invite, embrace South Sudanese people, because the more different, dynamic, interesting, rich, wonderful people we bring to our city, the richer we are, the greater the gift for us.
Yes, that's fantastic. Cindy, Jeff, we are proud to talk to you today. This little
Thank
bit short
you.
break. We finish it now, our program. I think we can see you next time. You have anything you need to tell us now? Anything you feel you can tell to my audience now watching you?
Only thank you for that clip about Juba. I did not know. I learned a lot from it, about South Sudan, and also for any South Sudanese people in and around Greater Bendigo, please come on the 17th of June to Star Cinema and watch this movie with us. Perhaps you would like to inform the audience and educate them as well. And more generally, we really welcome and hope that South Sudanese people can come and find a home in Bendigo, and
Australia.
it will be another home. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
Cindy, Jeff. Thank you for your time today with us on Google Radio. Thank you also for our audience watching us all over the world. I say thank you very much. We'll see you next time. It's me, Simon Basha from Google Radio Podcast. Bye-bye for now.
Thanks.
Thank you.
From the heart of the world, are you listening and enjoying Google Radio? No matter what, keep your faith and values. Keep your trust and empathy. Google Radio, the voice